Did you miss it? I'm over 50 years old now, and all of my life, I've never seen an exchange like that at the White House. But the one thing I've learned in my experience over the years is that things like that do not happen out of the blue. They're often pre-planned, whether it's to serve as a distraction or meant to convey a message. There's usually some intent behind these big events. To me, this was a deliberate message. When you see the way Zelensky was dressed and the fact that he's the one that wanted the press there, the news has come out that he's the one that wanted the press there for that conversation. To me, he came there to give a message. Let's play a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole interview, just a small part of it to show you what I'm talking about. Because if you missed it, he said something really important. And I think Americans are not prepared for what he said. So let's hear what he said.
Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
A man of a low stature, not just physically, but the country that he represents would never come to America on America's soil and say something like that if he didn't have the backing of somebody. He's just an agent. He came here with a message. See the way he's dressed. He came here to say something to the American people. I think people have glossed over it and they're more paying attention to what Trump said. But he had that message that America was going to feel it in the future. You can see it as empty until you read what the Bible says about what will happen to the great city. If you look at it, America's in charge. America is the great city. Let's read some scriptures in the Bible that coincide with what Zelensky is saying. He's saying America is going to feel it in the future. They've enjoyed peace here for a long time. Outside of the Civil War, there's never been a war from outside people here. So let's read Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels, which had seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sits on many waters, whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have made drunk with the wine of her fornication. If you look at America, it has the most influence of all the countries. Music, food, their way of life influences other countries. It's not the other way around. Nobody in America is looking to see what Europeans are doing or what Africans are doing. But all those other countries all peek in to see what America does, how they operate, and they have a great influence over them. That's what the wine of her fornication is. And if you don't listen to America, they will cut you off. Verse 3, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit on a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, this is all symbolic. The beast is just a country, a kingdom that has full control over the earth. And there are other small kingdoms that obey her. That's what the 7 heads and the 10 horns are about. Skip to verse 12. Should read the whole chapter, though. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength to the beast. So the kingdom is supported by these other smaller kingdoms. Anytime there's a war, these other people come to help. Verse 16, And the 10 horns which thou sawest on the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and they shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. There's a peace between all these smaller countries who give their power to the beast, the main arm of the beast, but there's a point where they turn on her. And that's what you saw Zelensky coming to say. There's now a rip, a tear. I'm not saying the tear is going to happen immediately, tomorrow, or next year, or even during Trump's administration. But there is a rift now. He can't come here on his own and say what he said without backing. It's like the mafia. If you've seen any mafia movie, that's how it works. Nobody makes a move unless they have backing by the big boss. So you see the 10 heads will hate the whore and burn her with fire. When you read the Bible, you see that the war will take place on a land that's never seen war. When you read Revelation, that's what it's about. It's about a woman who says she sees no evil, never had to struggle with war. Jeremiah, Isaiah, and many of the other prophets give details of the war. So let's read some things in Jeremiah so we can get an idea of what the war will be like. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. The word that the Most High spake unto Babylon against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard, publish, and conceal not. Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces, for out of the north there come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. So you see, this is a war that is coming to Babylon. A nation is going to come up, or nations will come up to fight her. Verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, and from there she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. When you compare that with what we read in Revelation, it says, the 10 horns which thou sawest in the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High has put in their heart to fulfill their will and to agree. So the Most High is now calling for this battle. So you compare Revelation with verse 9 in Jeremiah, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon. The Most High is the one behind all of this. Verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. For she has sinned against the Most High. Shout against her. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For the vengeance of the Most High take vengeance upon her. As she hath done, do unto her. When you read Revelation, it says double unto her for what she has done. When you understand how the Most High operates, bills have to be paid. It doesn't matter how long. It could be years, hundreds of years, thousands of years. But the Most High requires payments for crimes. So it doesn't matter that you're not committing the crime anymore. If you don't understand that, you must read the scriptures. Verse 31, one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and the passages are stopped, and the reeds that have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. For thus saith the Most High of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. The Most High has a day specifically to do this. And you see what Zelensky is saying? He's not saying tomorrow, but he's saying in the future. Now let's connect Revelation with Jeremiah so you understand that it's the same thing, right? So we're going to compare two verses, Revelation in chapter 18 and Jeremiah 51, which is a continuation of 50. Revelation chapter 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city of Babylon be thrown down, and shall not be found no more at all. This angel takes a stone, throws it into the sea, signifying that this great city Babylon that runs the entire earth, that the earth is afraid of, will be brought down by violence. And you compare that with Jeremiah 51, chapter 60. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come on Babylon, even all the words written against Babylon. And Jeremiah said to Sariah, when you come to Babylon and shalt read all these words, thou shalt say, the Most High, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, and it shall be desolate forever. And it shall be, when he has made an end of reading this book, that thou shalt bind it to a stone, and cast it into the midst of Euphrates. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring on her. And they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. You see, in Revelation, the angel throws a stone in the sea. Jeremiah tells Sariah to throw a book and bind it to a stone and throw it to the sea, to say that this will happen at some point. The mighty city must be brought down. It's not whether you're rooting for it or you're hoping it doesn't happen. It doesn't matter. Once the Most High is behind it, it has to happen. So to sum this all up, when you see big news events like that, either it's a distraction or a message to certain people. And to me, he definitely had a message to say, and you see the way he's dressed. Jeremiah 51:46. And lest your heart faint, and you hear and you fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall come in 1 year, And after that, another year shall come a rumor, and then violence in the land. Ruler against ruler. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.